What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Nash here. Welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, we got some very interesting some pieces of WWE news for you guys, including the latest on the next two NXT TAKEOVer events potentially revealed, as well as WWE cutting back on live events permanently. Guess we'll find out. Also, I'm also going to be talking about the latest on, if I can find that article, on Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury having a request for Vince McMahon and Triple H, and also the latest on whether or not Demi Burnett wants to compete in WWE. And also we just got breaking news, which that'll be the first thing that I'm going to be talking about in this video. Breaking news: Akam and Razar, AOP, the Authors of Pain, AOP has been released from WWE entirely. Which is absolutely crazy. Okay, can I not? Thank you. So, shoutouts to Brian Joyce from WrestleTalk for this article. In the most shocking news of the day, WWE has come to terms on the release of Akam and Razar of AOP. The team have been off TV since Razar tore his bicep in March. WWE made the announcement on Twitter earlier today, just today. Issued a very brief statement on their website. Here are the announcement and full statement from WWE.com. They took to Twitter just a little bit ago. I say about a half hour ago, saying that they have come to terms on the release of Akam and Razar. So it says here. Alright, let's see. The duo had been the muscle of Seth Rollins' stable when he turned heel late last year. When Razar suffered his injury, they were both taken off TV. Recently, there were reports of what plans might be when they returned to TV. One report suggested that they would be brought back away from Rollins, but that obviously will not be happening now. The team debuted in NXT alongside manager Paul Ellering at NXT TakeOver The End in 2016. They quickly became a dominant force in NXT, eventually capturing the NXT Tag Team titles. Upon their move to the main roster, Ellering was taken away from them, and they later joined forces with Drake Maverick. During their time on the main roster, they only held the Raw Tag Team titles once for a month in 2018. So let me just say this: considering the fact that Razar has had countless injuries, has had several injuries in the past, I can't say that I'm surprised. But now that AOP is gone, the big question now is what's going to be next for Seth Rollins as the Monday Night Messiah. I mean, odds are we could see another tag team join forces with him. Which at this point could be pretty much any tag team. It could be pretty much any tag team at this point. Honestly, I really don't know which tag team will join Seth Rollins. But if I had to make a bold prediction, I would have to say, I don't know. That's kind of hard to say, but I would have to say Ricochet and Cedric Alexander. And hear me out. You guys are probably wondering why them. They are an amazing tag team, but given the fact that they never got that big push that they were supposed to have gotten earlier this year when Raw did their shows at the Performance Center, we could see them get that big push but if they were to join with Seth Rollins and Murphy, which is a possibility, but at the same time, given the fact that Murphy cost Seth Rollins a victory last week, not this past Monday, but last week on Raw. This past Sunday at Payback. Who knows? Honestly, who knows? All I know is that AOP is gone. They're done with WWE. They could have been better in they could have done more in WWE, but it is what it is. Hang on a second, guys. Hang on, my mom just texted me. Anyway, so again, honestly, I really don't know what the future holds for Seth Rollins in terms of his stable. You never know. You never know what can happen with with Seth Rollins. It's Seth Rollins. He changed Austin Theory, but now Austin Theory is back in. He's actually back in NXT, and from the reports that I've read over the last couple of weeks, he's going to stay in NXT. He was only on Raw. He was on Raw for a few months. For a couple of months, and then he was written off TV. He got suspended, and then a couple weeks ago on the first NXT after Takeover 30, he came back, and if you guys watched NXT these last few weeks, you'll know what happened. But again, big shouts to Akam and Razar. Best of luck to you guys. Now the big question: what did Tyson Fury request from Vince McMahon and Triple H? Well, shoutouts to Liam Winner from Wrestle Talk. Boxing World Champion Tyson Fury is continuing to call out a top WWE star, and now he has a request for Vince McMahon and Triple H. As they've covered over the last few days, Fury and WWE Champion Drew McIntyre have reignited their war of words. In his latest call-out, Fury asked McIntyre to tell Vince and Triple H to contact his representatives to arrange a match. He said, quote, Big Drew, big shit, big what? Big Drew, big shithouse Drew, listen, contact my people, Nick Khan, and let's get it on. Get Triple H or Vince to contact Nick, and let's get this fight over the line. I'm gonna set about you royal. I'm gonna grab your hair and I'm gonna swing you around that ring. Never mind Claymore. You're gonna get knocked the fuck out by the Gypsy King. That's my promise. Mush. I'm just gonna leave it at that and just say, damn, Tyson Fury has got some balls on him. It also continues saying this does seem to be something WWE is pushing towards because it was mentioned on commentary during Monday's episode of Raw. Tyson Fury has done one match with WWE before, which was a count-out win over Braun Strowman in Saudi Arabia last October. Yeah, so this was right around the time the Survivor Series was coming into play. Travel restrictions cause a bit of an issue right now, but it does look like Fury versus McIntyre is something we could be seeing sooner or later. Honestly, I have to admit, Tyson Fury has got some balls on him. He has a lot of balls on him. I don't know what he was thinking, in saying, "Oh, I want Drew McIntyre." Honestly, it's just so weird to see Tyson Fury back in a wrestling ring again, but it is Tyson Fury after all. Honestly, we could see that match come to pass. I would love to see it. It would be a battle between a fist to the face or a foot to the face in the form of Tyson Fury's knockout punch or Drew McIntyre's Claymore kick. I think that'll be awesome. I think that would be an awesome match. But as far as when the match could take place, It could take place like right after, like once everything in the in the world around us starts to be mellow. Maybe we will see that match, but you never know. Anyway, guys, Demi Burnett wanting on whether she wants to wrestle in WWE. Shoutouts to Liam Winnard again for this article. Demi Burnett of The Bachelor has discussed whether she wants to wrestle in WWE after appearing on Raw in segments for the last several weeks. Burnett has been involved in a number of segments as the romantic interest of Angel Garza and more, recently with Ivar of the Viking Raiders. Speaking with Pro Wrestling Sheet about whether she wants to step into the ring at some point, Burnett replied, quote, "Of course I would love to be a WWE superstar. I definitely have I definitely have to go through some training because I'm pretty weak right now. I'm starting to try working out a little bit, just in case anyone wants to offer me a position. But yeah, it was always my dream to be a WWE superstar. It was more intense though in real life than it looks on TV. Whenever you watch it in real life, you're like, wow, these people are putting their bodies through it. I think I could do it though. I think I could have the right attitude, and whenever I put my mind to it, I can be very athletic. I would definitely give it a shot. I would at least try it. I would never be able to forgive myself if I didn't take a chance and give it a go." Burnett also spoke about being uncomfortable with the Garza angle at first, saying that Angel definitely helped me feel more comfortable with all of it because I was like, I think they know you're married. This is weird. He was like, oh, it's fine. Yeah, so, what? She's married? Oh, wow, I had no idea. So seeing Demi Burnett competing in a WWE ring, I think that would be awesome. I think she could really do great things in WWE. Like, I know that WWE signed Simone Johnson, The Rock's daughter, Dominic Mysterio over the last several weeks. They've also signed several Evolve superstars, including Josh Briggs, Brandy Lauren, just to name a few, and that would be awesome. That would be incredible to see. To see Demi Burnett compete in WWE, going up against some of the best in the business, like Shayna Baszler, Nia Jax, Sasha, Bayley, Charlotte Flair, Io Shirai, Asuka, Rhea Ripley, Mercedes Martinez, Aaliyah. That would be awesome. I would love to see that. But at this point, it would take her a pretty interesting amount of time to for her to get into shape, if you will, get into fighting shape, and then get compete. But as always, she would have to start at NXT and make her way up, which honestly I wouldn't mind seeing that, but you never know what can happen. Honestly, I would love to see Demi Burnett compete in WWE. I think she would do amazing. Plus, given the fact that she's been in a, I guess, sort of a rivalry, so to speak, with Zelina Vega, given the fact that Angel Garza actually, I guess, likes Demi Burnett, that could be a big problem. Anyway, guys, that being said, now for the big question: what are the next two NXT takeovers for the rest of 2020? Well, according to Andy Murray from What Culture, PW Insider has come through with a new report outlining WWE's upcoming NXT TakeOver schedule, revealing that the promotion doesn't currently plan on holding a black and gold supercard over Survivor Series weekend. Survivor Series 2020 is currently scheduled to go down in Dallas, Texas on November 22nd. Though the ongoing global health crisis means the location is likely up in the air, instead of hosting TakeOver around the year's last Big Four pay-per-view, WWE plan on presenting them in October and December. A takeover recent has been penciled in for Sunday, October 4th, which would be 1 week after the main roster's Clash of Champions pay-per-view, with another one on the schedule for Sunday, December 6th. Putting them on Sundays rather than Saturdays is in the line with what WWE did with TakeOver in Your House the week before Backlash 2020. And both shows will go down at Full Sail University in Winter Park, Florida. On top of these US-based shows, NXT UK TakeOver Dublin is still set for October 25th in Dublin, Ireland's 3 Arena, though one would imagine that this is subject to change. The world is still a long way from going back to normal. Yeah, so obviously we do have NXT TakeOver War Games coming up as part of Survivor Series weekend. We have NXT UK TakeOver Dublin, which might happen because from what I've heard, the pandemic in Ireland, in the UK, has started to slowly mellow out a little bit, and once it's gone all the way down, then they can very may well host TakeOver Dublin in front of a big ass crowd, which could be a possibility. But given the fact that here in the U.S., especially here in California, it started to very, very slow, not like going fast, but just real slow. Started to come down a little bit. So we may be able to get shows in the big venues such as Staples Center and the Allstate Arena and whatnot. It could be a possibility, but honestly, you never know. But I would love to see. But I honestly can't wait to see which 2 NXT takeovers we'll have going into 2021. Which you never know. I don't know. We may not get WrestleMania here in LA. We might not, but you never know. But honestly, NXT TakeOver, these last few takeovers, TakeOver in Your House and also TakeOver 30, they've been on fire. They were on fire. Obviously in the last several in the last couple of months, we saw so many matchups on both cards. We saw Finn Balor versus Damian Priest. We saw Keith Lee versus Johnny Gargano. Tommaso Ciampa versus Karrion Kross. We saw Kross versus Keith Lee. Adam Cole versus Pat McAfee. There were so many matches that were incredible on both takeovers. It's a testament to what we can expect going into Survivor Series weekend, or possibly, I guess in the next takeover after Clash of Champions. But you never know. Alright, you guys, and the last thing that I'm going to be talking about is the big deal. Is actually a very big deal here, because apparently WWE is planning to permanently cut back on the live events. So once again, shout outs to Andy Murray for this article. WWE is reportedly putting serious thought into permanently cutting back on the number of live events it books every year once the world starts to go back to normal. This is according to Dave Meltzer, speaking on the latest episode of Wrestling Observer Radio. He said that WWE officials have discussed the matter extensively in recent times, with the cutbacks almost certainly restricted to house shows, not Raw, SmackDown, and NXT broadcasts. Cutting back makes sense for several reasons. Live event attendances have been in decline for years, with the average show losing money, which is one of the biggest drivers behind the record-breaking profits expected in 2020. Fewer house shows equals fewer losses. On top of this, WWE's grueling punishment road schedule has long been a bugbear amongst those who work for the promotion, with fatigue, wear and tear, and decreased recovery times contributing to the company's lengthy injury lists. WWE's closest competition, AEW, are yet to host a single live event outside of Dynamite and pay-per-view tapings. WWE may be wise to help diminish markets recover by not oversaturating them with several untelevised shows each year. Yeah, so I think that would be the biggest thing. So by cutting back on the show, on the live event shows by more than possibly 75% at the most, the recovery time for their superstars would go up extensively. They'll be making more money and they'll be getting more fans in to watch WWE rather than other promotions in the wrestling business, which is an excellent idea. I think they should do that. Another thing that they can also do is cut back as well on the cards for each live event, because I know that for some cards they've had like 12 matches, 13 matches on the card. Like I know that with the live event that I went to in Bakersfield, California back in 2010, the match card I believe was like a 10 match card. I think it was. So I think that would be a very wise choice for them. But honestly, you never know. Again, this is WWE. You never know what can happen. But guys, that is going to do it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Question of the day. Do you guys think Demi Burnett should compete in WWE? And if so, who do you think her first opponent should be? Let me know in the comments below. And that is going to do it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash the thumbs up button. If you guys are new to this channel and you guys love seeing these news videos that I produce on the channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you guys do not miss out on any new content that comes your way. And be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. All three of my links, both of my Twitters and my one Instagram, the links are down in the description below. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.